Back to Politics as Usual, episode 56. I am here. Fee is here. Ron is here. I don't know where Joe is.
Joe actually just popped up in the car.
This nigga in the car.
This nigga in
okay.
The car. Hey, you could have just told us. Hey, you could have just told us. Hey, I'm busy. I ain't go. I hop on later.
Whatever.
I mean, you here? Where the hell are you going?
I had a soccer game.
Oh, well, be careful driving, nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga enjoying the scenery and shit.
We done had niggas log in from work. Now we got niggas logged in, driving home from soccer games, and it looks like Joe done froze on us while making a hilarious face.
Hey, we definitely need to fucking what y'all do? Make a little screen, whatever.
Yeah, let me capture it.
Yeah, but I don't have admin rights.
Feds ain't watching.
This nigga.
Man.
But yeah, I ain't on admin duty today. I logged in regularly. But yeah, we're here. It's Friday. What are we tackling first? We tackling the Kendrick Lamar's post on okllama.com.
Yeah, let's go ahead, get that out the way.
All right. You got to pull it up. If not, I'll pull it up. Read exactly what this man said. So if you go to okllama.com, you will get a folder that says New Thoughts. And Kendrick, I guess he's going by OK Llama now, says, I spend most of my days with fleeting thoughts, writing, listening, and collecting old beach cruisers. The morning rides keep me on a hill of silence. I go months without a phone. Love, loss, and grief have disturbed my comfort zone, but the glimmers of God speak through my music and family. While the world around me evolves, I reflect on what matters most, the life in which my words will land next. As I produce my final TDE album, I feel joy to have been a part of such a cultural imprint after 17 years. The struggles, the success, and most importantly, the brotherhood. May the Most High continue to use Top Dog as a vessel for candid creators as I continue to pursue my life's calling. There's a beauty in completion and always faith in the unknown. Thank you for keeping me in your thoughts. I've prayed for you all. See you soon. OK Llama. First off, if he's saying the Most High, this new album is going to be common with the crochet sweater. What was the joint before B and after like Water for Chocolate? Electric Circus. Yeah, this album's going to be Electric Circus. If he calling himself OK Llama and talking about the Most High. As our boy Rod for Short once said, hold on, let me find that tweet. Roddy, what you think about this message?
So man, yeah, it's I mean, I won't say that I'm shocked because I said a while back the launch of that PG Lane thing was allegedly supposed to be Georgia Smith and his cousin Baby Keem and him starting a record label, but instead of it being like a traditional record label, it's going to be like almost like a place for like just all creatives, like in music and TV, movies, whatever. So it's not shocking, but at the same time, like TDE has been one of like the tightest friendships in a long time that we've ever seen in a very long time. It's the longevity is impressive. Like Top Dog, like obviously hasn't like fucked anybody over. So yeah, it's weird to see this, but it's not shocking.
Feed, you have any thoughts?
I don't really like listen to Kendrick like that, so I was just like, interesting. I'll be watching to see how it plays out, but I don't really listen to him. The person I probably like, I think Daylight is over there, so I pay attention to him just because from battle rap, and then I can't even Schoolboy Q. Like I dabble with his shit. Like he's more my speed. So I'd be interested to see how the label is going to progress, like without him there, and like see if they start pushing other artists like to the front of the label now. Because if he's not going to be there, then who is going to be the front man of the label? Is the label going to be able to sustain itself without him being the front man? So I'll be interested to see that.
Yeah, like I couldn't find a tweet, but something about if Rod once said, if you say the Most High, I know you about to say a poem about the moon and the stars or some shit like that. But I don't know. I mean, has TDE been active the last 4 or 5 years? Not really. I mean, Isaiah Rashad's album came out. I still ain't listening to that because to me, he's one of them niggas that when I can hear your influences, I don't really want to hear it. Like, if I can hear your influences when you rap, I don't want to hear you rap. I would rather just go listen to your influences. Like, it's cool to know what niggas' influences are, but when you sound exactly like your influences, I don't really want to. I don't particularly want to listen to you that much. So, yeah, I saw some people like, it's his final album. I'm like, y'all notice he put TDE in front of that. He ain't jaying us. He ain't saying it's the Black Album. He gonna come back 18 months later. But yeah, Ronnie's having some technical difficulties. He'll be back. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. They got some good artists over there, sir. He can do the R&B thing, Q, soul. But yeah, they ain't really been super active the last 3-4 years anyway. So I don't know.
Yeah, I will say this. It was like Schoolboy Q had like a live stream like a few days ago that was like weird as hell. It was just like out of nowhere. He's like, yeah, Top Dog good. TDE good. When we bring new artists in, I make the call. TDE is good. Like, I haven't dropped the album because I don't feel like it yet. So we good, trust me. And so it's kind of weird. So I will say this, like, because this is like one of the only collectives where I like on some artistic level, I have admiration for like all their main core. I hope this doesn't cause any weird friction. Like, I hope they, still cool. But I could imagine that the absence of like TDE in general was like sifting through like legal matters during this time. I feel like that was why they went silent for a while. But yeah, I hope all parties are good, and I hope everybody's cool.
I'm just mad we ain't get no fucking Black Hippie out.
Oh yeah, I knew that was a wrap.
Like, nigga,
who was in Black Hippie?
J-Rock, Kendrick, Schoolboy Q, and Ab-Soul.
Do you think that they when they did the Black Panther soundtrack, because they was like the one they like heavily, from what I remember, they was heavily on them songs. Do you think that was like their version of trying to do that?
Nah, because like the Black Hippie shit, like they've I think there's like maybe. So typically what they used to do was like when they used to all drop a project like once a year, basically. You would always have, it would be like, J-Rock, Kendrick, Soul, and Q would drop a project like once a year, like going back to like Control System, Habits and Contradictions, Setbacks, Section 80, like all that shit. Like they used to drop projects, and they would always do a remix of somebody's song where they would all jump on it and rock with Lil Brother them niggas every single time. Or they would do like a remix. And I think the last one they did was that part remix? Was that the last one they did?
No, would it be that part of Vice City? I can't remember which one came out first.
I think that part came out after Vice City.
Okay. Well, yeah, it'll be that part there.
Yeah, because the last one they did was that part, which was like 2017, I want to say 2016, 2017. So they haven't done one of those in a while. And when they like first came out, like that was like all everybody was talking. Like I remember at one point they was talking about like, yo, who would win if Black Hippie and Slaughterhouse got on the track together? Like who would have the better verses? Like who would win that? Like this is like
the group that doesn't have Joel Ortiz. So
hey, come on, man. Because as much as Ab-Soul was my dog, Ab-Soul can get on the track and not rap for real. And Q can too. Like Kendrick and J-Rock gonna bring it on every Black Hippie record just because he always has to remind them niggas who the big brother is. Like he does that every single,
Yeah.
like almost every Black Hippie joint that they've done, remix, freestyle, whatever. He almost always has the best verse on that shit.
No,
All right. Joe,
no,
you
no, 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 no. We are not going down that road again, bruh. These days is so horrible, man.
I don't actually hate these days, but I understand why people hate it. But yeah, us not getting a Black Hippie album is one of the more disappointing things because while before Kendrick got big, that they should have at least did a mixtape or something.
Mhm.
Like it should, like they were too dope of a group and they were too well balanced out. I do know that I hated when I was talking about this in our PlayStation chat earlier. I hated when Soul was going through his shit after Lori passed, and niggas was like talking about that they needed to replace Soul with Isaiah Rashad, and I'm like, why would you do that? Isaiah Rashad raps like a low grade Kendrick. Why would I want a low grade Kendrick in the same group with Kendrick to replace Ab Soul? Like that makes no fucking sense.
No.
Like no, that's not something that would make any sense. Lee says, I love the idea of TD, or the idea of TDE has been more interesting to me than their music ever was to me. Here lately, I can agree with that, but I don't know, man. Habits and Contradictions, Control System, Setback, like them shit, fucking Section 80, like them shit is classic to me. Like their early shit is amazing.
Yeah, like they like Kendrick stuff aside, they gave you Control System and Blank Face, LP. Like no other collective is really putting that out. But I do understand that, like I said, I like all of them like as a collective, but I understand like not all of them are like everybody's taste, like especially Ab Soul, because outside of Control System, Ab Soul, like I could take him or leave him, but yeah, it is what
Ab
it is.
Soul has always been better on features than me than like his like Control, and I get it because Control System, like Alori died during and if you're not familiar with the story, Ab Soul's girlfriend Alori Joe, while he was making Control System, she jumped from a cell phone tower. Is that the story? Yeah, she jumped from a cell phone tower and committed suicide. And there's a song on Control System called Book of Soul, where it's like one of the saddest records you can ever listen to because he's basically just rapping about all that shit. So yeah, he hasn't really been the same. Fee, you didn't know this?
Nah, man, I'll never venture down that path either.
Bruh, it's a phenomenal song though. Like it really is.
Oh, I'm
It's
sure.
It's like Saba's character. It's kind of like it's one, and I get it. A lot of people don't do Recreational Sadness, because Saba's Care for Me ain't an album that I can do. Like I turned it on and listened to it like a couple weeks ago, just because I saw someone tweet about it. I was like, let me go listen to that. Or like Logan, I love the movie Logan, but I don't just go watch that shit because that shit like I ain't trying to see Professor X when he getting killed by Weapon 24 and Logan holding him. You know what I'm saying? Certain shit you just like, I ain't finna put myself through that.
Yeah, like I think it would have been better for me, like if like I just stumbled upon the song and listened to it.
You wouldn't like that. You wouldn't like Ab Soul.
No, I'm just saying, but I'm just like not just you like, hey, this nigga's girlfriend just jumped off a tower. Hey, here's a song about it. Like, nah, dog, I'm not.
Bro, how you think I felt like listening to the album and not realizing that was coming? I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, and there's like a stark line of demarcation between Soul's music before that point and after that point. Like after he hasn't been the same since, and you can tell.
Nah.
And I don't really begrudge him for that.
Nah.
Yeah, nah. And then do that and then watch Logan afterwards. Yeah. Joe Cole said, you want to get in your feelings, just listen to Book of Soul and Saba's Prom King back to back. Nah,
man. I'd be knee deep in a bottle of vodka, bro. I don't need that. And
then Lee says he basks in the sadness. Lee, that doesn't surprise me about you in the slightest. Lee for fun watches fucked up movies, so like Lee be tweeting about some of the movies he be watching. I'll go Wikipedia the plot and be like, my nigga, why are you watching this? Like, and I'm someone that used to listen to Joe Budden for fun, and that's one of the most depressing niggas ever. But certain shit, like now, I can't just turn on mood music too just because. Like that. No, I don't. I don't want to be in that state of mind. I can't.
Don't do that in 2021.
I can't just do recreational sadness at the age of 33, going on 34. But yeah, nah. Yeah, us not getting the Black Hippie album is a fucking travesty. Us not getting the Cole and Kendrick album before Cole got whacked is a fucking travesty. Yeah, I mean, I hope the album's good, but when you calling yourself OK Llama and talking about the Most High,
I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say this album is gonna be a bunch of throwaway songs that he just gives to get out the situation.
See, I don't think he's gonna do that because he could have did that. Like there was a bunch of leaks that popped up. What was it, like 4 or 5 songs a few years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And one of them, like, I'm glad it didn't drop because that nigga would have gotten some trouble. That nigga was basically trying to do the separate the music from the artist shit.
Yeah.
Like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
Nope. Can't do it. Can't do it. I actually have them on my computer somewhere. But yeah, nah, they work good. Like, I think the reason he hasn't been dropping music is because the shit that I've heard from him recently ain't really been that great. Like the little leaks that they had, I think like 1 out of 3 or 4 of them was good, and the rest of it was like, yeah, you could have kept this shit. Like, and Kendrick's one of those where if he ain't got nothing to say, I don't want to hear him rap because he's one of them syllable rappers. So if he ain't got nothing to talk about, it's just gonna be a bunch of fucking syllables, and I don't want to hear that. I go listen to Eminem for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm really so. I don't want to say this because y'all know how I feel about Kendrick, but I feel like this is really going to be like a real like avant-garde type, like even more so than To Pimp a Butterfly.
I was getting ready to say.
And it could possibly be some bullshit, and I hope it's not because Kendrick, you my boy, but I will get you out of here if you drop some bullshit. So I
don't want him to drop no bullshit because I don't want to see B Will.
Oh, B is gonna power up.
I don't want to see B Will and all his hating glory on the timeline if Kendrick drops some bullshit and we admit that it's bullshit.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Based off that message I see, he's about to drop some bullshit.
I felt when as soon as I saw that nigga signed it, OK Llama, and the nigga said the Most High, and the nigga talking about beach cruisers, I'm like, yeah, this is how it's gonna be.
You the way you fucking package that shit together, like you probably put more thought into that. Like you could have just tweeted that, my nigga, to be honest, or went to Instagram, typed in your notes and gave us a photo, but you made us click a fucking box, go to a website. He about to drop some bullshit, bro. That's too much. It's too much work, man. It's gonna be some bullshit.
Yeah, because that's like that was the shit you did in 2011 or 2012. You go set up a website, like because ain't that how Frank Ocean came out the closet right before Channel Orange dropped? He did that shit on Tumblr. Yeah. He did like a little note. It's like, yeah, that was the shit to do back in the blog era. Now, nah. Welcome back, Joe, from your car. Did you happen to see the Kendrick note?
Man, hell no.
Kendrick put up a website and he put up a note saying how he doesn't really have his phone and he basks in the silence and he collects beach cruisers and he's thankful to the Most High and he's about to do his last album with TDE. And,
so he about to give these niggas this IOU, bro. Hey. Hey.
No, I don't think he'll do top like that, man.
If he give us no, IOU never came out.
You talking about your
he's talking about
IOU since 2002 or 2003, and we never got it, man.
Never. 17 years later, we still ain't got that shit. So I'm not the same. Like I feel the same way about like. When Lupe said he made his Illmatic, like, and I was like, okay, yeah, nah, we're either never gonna hear it or it's not gonna be good. When I saw this, I was like, this ain't gonna be good. I'm happy to be proven wrong.
You have absolutely no faith in Kendrick?
It's the way the package. So we were talking about before you came on. There was some leaks that happened of his like 2 or 3 years ago. Like 3 or 4 songs that he put out, and them shits was not good. Like I think that's why it's been so much radio silence from him because he ain't got nothing to talk about, and he a syllable nigga. And if syllable niggas ain't got nothing to talk about, that shit does not sound good.
I think what's gonna hurt him is Like when somebody says it's their last or something, your expectations get high because you expect it to just to be like fucking off the charts. Like, oh yeah, this nigga's about to like the Black Album. Like I think the Black Album and the Black Album is a very good album. But I think him saying it was his last album, it makes people hold it in a fucking higher regard than it should be held in my opinion. I think Jay-Z has better albums than the Black Album. We already talked about this.
He does. You know, like
so I'm just saying that him saying it's the last, like when it came out, people were like, he was dropping earth shattering shit. Like my nigga, it didn't shatter the earth, bro. It was.
Bro, didn't he give us like what? Change clothes and dirt off your shoulders.
I mean, them was cool, but
hey,
I mean,
change clothes.
They cool. They not earth shattering though.
Yeah, I mean, I
fucks with
I can't front. Dirt off your shoulders was my shit. I cannot lie to you. And that other one, I know that ain't the same shit, but that was my shit too. In Bleak, I was smoking in La 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 off the Bad Boys 2 sound.
Oh
that
yeah,
was my shit too. I can't lie. However, I think the expectations are going to be so high for this Kendrick album, and then people are going to be let down regardless. I feel like he's in a lose-lose situation because people aren't going to go into this thing objectively. Like people are going to be like, oh, this is what he gave us to get off of TDE, blah, 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 blah. Or I don't know. I don't think the talk around it is going to be good one way or the other.
Well, the other thing with that is like, whenever you take long between albums, especially if people loved your previous output, you are going to have to, there's no winning with it regardless. Like with Frank Ocean, when he took so long between Channel Orange and Endless / Blonde, it wasn't going to live up to the hype regardless. Like Anderson .Paak, when he took a while between I know he had the No Worry shit, the Yes Lord shit, but when he took forever between Malibu and what was it, Ventura or Oxnard, the one Drake produced?
Oxnard.
And that shit was dirt. And then Solange took my bad, Joe. I'm taking your word again.
You good? Hey, you good?
Solange taking forever between that bullshit she dropped, partnering with Black Planet and the C. It's like if you got a shitty album, why are you looking like that, Joe?
You said she partnered with Black Planet?
Yes.
No.
Like the website.
Yes, like she tried to bring Black Planet back for her last album, and both things flopped.
Damn, bro.
Hold on. I hate to interject, man, but we gotta get this man J. Cole out of here, man. We gotta get this man out of here, man. How do I block this?
Cole said people are gonna expect a Black hippie song and major collabs, and he's gonna be doing a collab with Kim and India Ari.
How do we get this man out of here?
Joe Hova, man, you gotta relax. To Lee's comment, Lee said, given those Lupe Lucy's, if he actually releases that album, I think it's gonna be incredible. I don't. I don't. And there's to me, and I know Lupe's a troll and he don't give a fuck, but there's zero to gain by you saying that. This is my Matt. There's zero to gain by you saying that.
Also, 24-hour albums. You know who else dropped a 24-hour album? Joel Ortiz. But no, for real, and Saigon. like we do not need 24 hours.
That's a nasty
list.
list.
No Joel Ortiz, man. Hey, speaking of joint projects we never got, how the hell did Jay and Pharrell get away with not giving us at least the EP?
Hey, because Jay already had the best of both worlds with that nasty nigga that we won't speak of.
But I think it'd be different with a producer though.
Yeah,
because it's like him and Pharrell. Like whenever they partnered together, it was
it's good music.
Like the one off of Kingdom Come. But aside from that, do we have a bad Jay Pharrell collaboration?
Wait, which one's the one off of Kingdom Come?
Make beautiful music. He is to the East Coast.
What is that? What is that? Anything?
Yeah, I think it's Anything.
The one with Pharrell and Usher on it. It's the joint after Hollywood with Beyonce.
Cheeks. That's the worst run of all time.
Yeah.
Like Hollywood and Anything.
I hate the Beyonce joint.
Both of them is but the Pharrell and Usher joint is so bad that Hollywood actually seems listenable, like in comparison to it. And Hollywood is not a good record. Jay should have left them two off because then Kingdom Come would have been way better. Because it's like you got skip, and it's like you go from what is that, Lost Ones to Mama I Made It to 40 something or 30 something, and it like nah, bro, don't.
There was a couple other like Wayne and Santana. Even though looking back, it might have been trash because Santana shit don't age well. But at the time, I really needed that Wayne and Santana. Bro.
So I actually did a post on this 3 or 4 years
Oh,
ago
yeah,
on the
yeah.
Kendrick rounds about joint projects we never got. And so I looked into that, and the reason we didn't get I Can't Feel My Face is because Wayne's music kept leaking all the time. So every time he went to a studio to record something, somebody would leak it because he was so big at the time that him doing anything was big news. So between that and Jewel's, the shit that Jewel's had going on, it just could never come out because every time Lil Wayne would go in to lay a verse for something before it could get the Jewel's to get recorded, the shit would be leaked online. So that caused the downfall of that one. Like that Child Rebel Soldier, we didn't get that because Kanye being well. So what I read, Kanye was too big at the time, and their schedules didn't match up. But Lupe said it was more of a like he couldn't afford to do it because of what Pharrell and Kanye was like trying to charge to like do the shit, and that their schedules just never lined up. Yeah, it's a few more. I'll link it, but yeah, it's a few more that was on there. It was like Jay and Big. Obviously, we know why that one didn't happen.
Smiles and South Star.
Come on, man.
Hey, bro. Hey, they had that one banger, bro. Relax.
I mean,
JDMX and Ja Rule.
Yeah, that was because
Murder Inc.
Yeah, that was because of J and DMX's tension. Well, DMX and Ja Rule's tension too. Hold on, let me find that shit.
Bro, what about the All City Chess Team, bro? We didn't get that
there.
shit.
That's on there.
Okay.
Hold on, let me pull this shit up. Go to our website for once.
We have a website. No, I'm joking.
I was waiting on that, bro.
Hey, relax, man.
I'm actually working on the post for the website. Believe it or not.
So yeah, I did 10 of these, and the Commission, Murder Inc., Jay and Pharrell, Mac and Brad, I Can't Feel My Face, Child Rebel Soldier, All City Chess Club, Cole and Kendrick, Black Hippie, and then Chance and Gambino.
Oh, Chance and Gambino, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know if they were like slated to do one, but they were doing so much music together at the time, you just kind of thought that it might happen. Because they were on like 3 straight projects of each other's. Like Gambino hopped on Acid Rap, Chance was on Royalty, and then Chance was on Because the Internet. Like you kind of thought that they might do something. But yeah, Jay and Pharrell not doing one is with their track record is pretty damn egregious. All City Chess Club, Lupe claims that was never supposed to be a thing, but the other niggas, like I think the Cool Kids talked about it and they were like, you can't get that many people with that many label situations to record.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Anything together. They were like, it would have never worked because we don't all work the same, and it probably would have, because All City Chess Club, man, that was, hold on, I got the picture up right here. That was supposed to be,
wasn't it like 15 niggas or some shit?
Pretty much.
Lupe, Asher Roth, B.O.B., Diggy, Cole, Charles Hamilton, Wale, and Pharrell.
That's too many niggas with. It's a few niggas in there with poor work ethic that I just like you need, like when you go to like a group project with somebody, you need somebody who's gonna be just as motivated as you in the studio, or somebody who's gonna bring you like new, fresh ideas in the studio. Like after Charles Hamilton, I don't know if this was before he got beat up by the chick, but once that happened,
come on,
hey, look, bro.
Come on,
man. Hey, once that happens, I don't want to hear nothing from you, fam. Get him out, bro. He has to go. We don't need him. That would have been one less headache right there. Get this nigga off the club.
Blue was in it.
Oh,
too. Blue was the other one that was in it. But yeah, that would have been. There's no way in hell that would have worked. Especially when Diggy was trying to be Lupe light and doing choreography on stage, like
bad and like dissing J. Cole and shit. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, like that shit would have. Cole and Kendrick are both in 2 super groups that never happened. Lupe's in 2 that never happened. Jay's in 3 that never happened. Like it's like, come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, 1 wasn't his fault, but still, like, come on, man.
Nah, I blame that nigga.
What, for the commission?
Yeah, bro. Fuck it. I blame him.
You can't blame that nigga for the commission.
Why can't I? Fuck.
Biggie died. It wasn't his fault.
Bro,
Biggie died, man.
bro. Fuck that.
You saying Jay-Z had something to do with that, man?
Facts.
Man,
All right,
Come
man.
on, man. All right, man. Come on.
You finna get us hit. You finna have Tata at your, Tata at your door.
Bad. Tata, my bad. No smoke.
You
I
gotta
don't want
fucking
no
relax,
smoke.
man.
Have us getting fucking poked up, bro. Oh,
Nigga walking to your car, that nigga Tata walking up. Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Like, hey, nigga, I didn't say it.
Hey, when you see Tata in the comments, I'm just gonna log off. I'm just like, yeah.
Nigga, I'm logging off and I'm moving.
Hey, I'm moving.
Nigga, I'm getting in my car and I'm leaving, nigga. Fuck
leaving
you
this
mean?
country. Fuck that.
Nigga sitting up here. I don't know what the fuck wrong with you, man. That nigga go.
I don't even know this man. I don't.
You go look on social media. It's gonna be like, yeah, Jay-Z associate Tata was in Salt Lake City for an unknown reason.
Bro, why you why you giving away my location? He didn't even know where I was.
Oh, he'd have found out, nigga.
Bruh, just look at how over dry snitching, bruh.
nigga gonna be waiting on you at fucking dinner with a fork like Young Buck.
Come on, man.
Hey, dog. Hey, yeah, Tata, I don't want no smoke. I was just playing.
That Jay-Z's his favorite rapper, man. He was just
Jay is still to this day.
he ain't mean that. What did Jay say on that? He just playing. On that song with Sauce Money, he just playing.
It's for the laughs, bro. It's for the jokes. It's all jokes. It's for the jokes.
All right, for our other big topic of the day, something that drew the ire of our boy Lee. There was apparently a debate on whether or not Tupac is a lyricist.
What a foolish. I don't even. All right, so obviously
Yeah, go
I'll
ahead,
just
Ron,
kick it
take it
off.
away.
What a foolish discussion, because like I was saying to Fee before we got started, this is coming from people who I know what you listen to, and you listen to bullshit. So the fact that you are questioning Tupac's lyrical prowess, it's all right. I always make the comparison, basically Ernest Hemingway, may not have used the flashiest language, but his prose and the way he uses words, it was every man's language, So just because Tupac wasn't hitting you over the head with multi-syllables, the way he put his words together, the way he constructed his words, the man was a poet. And I'm not just saying that in a figurative manner, he was a literal poet. So the way he constructed his verses, and a great songwriter as well. So I don't even know where this conversation came from. Yeah, your grandmama will be ashamed of you. I really don't understand. I do not understand.
The Tupac was not. People often we conflate lyricism to, because me and Lee talked about this before. We conflate lyricism to wordplay and punches, or your rhyme schemes, and rhyme schemes have less to do with lyricism than actual poetry and shit. But for me, yeah, Pac is lyrical. He painted a picture with his words. That's lyrical. I've never heard a Tupac verse that made me want to hit the rewind button and be like, oh shit, let me run that bar back. But that's not the only way. That's my preferred form of lyricism, but that's not the only way of lyricism. So I think because if you want to sit and say someone like Royce is super duper lyrical, but then turn around and say Tupac is not, I'm going to ask you what the difference is, because I never heard a Royce bar that made me run the track back either.
The only reason I'm going to run and no disrespect to Royce, but the only reason I'm going to run a Royce verse back is because I'm going to be reading the lyrics to see how he did the multis. Like I'm looking at it for
Yeah.
technical purposes. I'm not looking at it because he's painting a picture so vividly that I'm just wowed by the lyrics. And that's like the same. And like we were talking before, like Eminem, like prime Eminem, like Eminem show Eminem. That is the most lyrical Eminem that you'll ever get. That is the best version of Eminem. Eminem on a Nas album, that's really not lyricism to me. He's just putting a bunch of random words together that rhyme. Nigga, anybody can fucking do that. You pick up a fucking thesaurus. Dr. Seuss did that shit. Like,
Now I will say that's one of the best inverses on that EPMD joint that we've heard. Like that nigga towards the end of that nigga was smashing.
He got off, but let's not act.
I ain't gonna say anyone can do what he does, but it's a whole lot easier to do what Eminem does than it is to do what Tupac does.
I mean, you look at Eminem, you can literally look at Royce. They're about the same. Bad meets evil. Like them niggas is like.
Yeah. Royce is just way better at it. I mean, M is just way better at it than Royce does. Like Royce is a more attainable level of that shit than what Eminem is. Because like the way M and Proof like kind of structure their rhymes is just kind of like ignorant. Like it's very like I've never heard a Royce verse and been like I couldn't do that if I tried. It's like, oh yeah, if I took enough time, I could do that. I don't want to do it, but I could do it.
Yeah, like if somebody said, "Hey, $1 million to fucking rap like Royce, give me a week, I could get it done." Like I could fucking sit down with a dictionary of thesaurus, and I could fucking get it. I could get it done. Like Eminem, probably not. Tupac, hell no. Because all I'm gonna have for you is Hennessy and enemies, and that's no disrespect to him, but that's about all I'm gonna have. But I don't have a Brenda's Got a Baby in Me. Like I don't have that. Like,
nobody has a dear mama, bro. So I just
Nobody.
Yeah, I love my mama, but I don't I'm like some of these songs. Like I used to sit and think like, damn, I wish I could go back in time and steal this nigga whole catalog and be him. Like nigga, I'd be a fucking megastar if I just stole this nigga. Like Tupac is one of the niggas. I would go back in time and steal that nigga's whole fucking catalog and just release it myself. Like, yeah, nigga, look at me. I did this shit, man. I'll be trash later in life, but I can't attain that. Like the way his songwriting ability is damn near unfucking matched in hip hop. So,
Joe, you got anything?
No, you guys hit it right on the nail. Like, bro, like I said, when you can put together stuff like that, man, and like timeless music. I don't think people understand what timeless music is. You can play it anywhere at any time, bro. At the cookout, in the club, fucking in your car, or when you're having a good day, when you're having a bad day. Like it's timeless. Like nobody has that no more. I think we're really reaching a point where it's very, very few that's dropping that. And sorry, back in that era, a lot of niggas was doing it. And I think the Lox was a perfect example of that, bro. Like when they battled Dipset. At the time, Dipset was probably hotter. Not even probably, they were. That was the standard. But as that shit goes on and as that shit ages, you go back and look at it, it's like, ooh.
I mean, hey, the Lox never had me in the club doing this.
Yeah. At the time, that shit is, it's fire. But hey, bro, I don't know. I'm looking and I try to find timeless music, but it's very few that have it, and Pac is just one of them niggas.
Yeah, like there's way too many people. Like rap, specifically hip hop today, is just an avenue for people to get to something bigger. Like the vast majority of these artists aren't in it because they want to be in it. That's why a lot of them sound like each other, because it's like, oh, that's what you did to get hot? Bet. I'm going to just imitate that shit so I can go get this creative director deal, or I can go get this clothing line, or I can go get this. Like there's way too many people. There's way too many people that are attempting to just do this shit, and there's like no love in it. And going back to kind of what we talked about last week, like that's why I'm a fan of gatekeeping, because you motherfuckers let all these, like, there's zero reason for Coi Leray to be active in music right now, none whatsoever.
in the world's defense, somebody put her up because even as trash as she is, and people like trash shit right now, I can't name a single fan of hers. They putting her up. So I get what you're saying.
Who was putting her up? What kind of the source ain't even popping no more. Benzino can't do that. Like
somebody had to, because at that festival I seen that footage. Like nobody was bopping with her shit. Like she looked very bad on that stage, and the people were not interested into what she was saying. And she had a good spot at the festival, and it wasn't like she was rocking in front of 300 people before people started piling in there. Like she was in one of the prime spot. Like, hey, you getting 30 minutes in this set, like.
Yeah, like she wasn't a headliner, but she was like at the top of like Rolling Loud.
I just don't know who has the muscle for that. Lee says I took Eminem's Renegade and rhymed with every bar, mimic the cadence, but I can't touch pop music. That's just different. Lee, you read books. You wake up at 6:30 in the morning and use words like platitudinous. Of course, you could go do a bunch of syllable rapping. Nigga used a word I never even heard before that wasn't even on dictionary.com. He be out here beta testing words and shit. Nigga, of course you can do that. Joe says she was out there warming up with the band like Shawn Michaels. What the hell she was doing?
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna be honest. Y'all talking about somebody I don't even know wwho the fuck is.
Like, okay, so
Benzino's daughter.
Benzino's daughter.
Oh,
like she's literally Benzino's
Big
daughter.
Purr.
Like she might be the only rapper worse than Benzino. Like I know the new kids are technically worse than Benzino, but they have an excuse because the last 5 years or so in mainstream hip hop, being trash has been accepted. Benzino came up in the era where you actually had to be good and still managed to be that trash. So like the gap between how bad Benzino is and how bad like the next worst rapper was compared to like Coily Ray and the best rapper today, like that's popular, is not as big. So I can't but me and Ronnie talked about this, like when people were mad at her double XL freshman freestyle where she just stopped rapping and started twerking, and people were like, how is this allowed? I'm like, y'all way too late to be mad. Y'all should have been mad in 2014 and 2015 when these bum ass niggas were coming up doing, but y'all were like, nah, they're kids, man, let them have fun, they can do this. And it's like, okay, now that the kids today are influenced by those niggas that y'all said were just kids, let them have fun, and they're super duper trash. You can't be mad because you should have stopped it back then. You should have stopped it when the first wave of these little niggas was being ass. You should have stopped it and been like, hey, bro, you actually need to like bring something to the table. But when you run the gatekeepers off, you can't be mad at what comes into the fucking game.
Like listen, when you're like when people like far as mainstream hip hop in the 90s and the early 2000s, you had to be a good rapper. Like maybe the worst rapper in mainstream 2000 I could think of off the top of my head is like Birdman. He's a label owner, but maybe like, well, you got Benzino, but maybe like Nori, and Nori is not like, he's not a great rapper, but he's not super bad either. No pun.
Yeah, he's not trash.
Like good. So he was like maybe the worst, but now like, bro, y'all were pushing people like Wale, who was like trying to do his thing on the mainstream. Y'all are pushing him further and further underground. Currency is further and further underground. I listen to Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa is not he's not a great rapper at all. I'll just say he's not a great rapper. He's going up to the top with Black and Yellow. You have A Boogie's going to the top. Like all the people who y'all should have been pushing, y'all were pushing them down. And then the trash was coming up to the fucking top, people who don't have anything to say. So now the people behind them like, well, why the fuck I'm gonna say something? Like I don't need to say nothing. Like I'm trying to get to the bag. That's all the generation wants to do is get to the bag. So they're gonna say whatever. They're gonna look the part to get to the fucking bag. So that's y'all fault.
Like, look, man. In 2013, Trinidad James was on the double XL freshman.
I forgot about Trinidad.
And at that point in time, that was egregious to me because you coming off of like, well, the year before wasn't that great either. Future Kidding, Danny Brown, French Montana, Macklemore, Don Tripp, MGK, Hopsin, Iggy Azalea, Roscoe. Let's go.
In comparison to today, that's not bad though.
Right, for the most of those niggas can rap though that you name. Like Future, before he got heavy into the auto tune, he was a decent rapper. Like he because he's with the Dungeon Family, so he can rap.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like in 2013, the idea of Trinidad James being on a double XL freshman list was fucking egregious. Here
Okay,
we
I see
are
what you're
8
saying.
years later, and Trinidad James sounds like a fucking poet laureate compared to these bum ass niggas
Hey,
that's on there now.
I just want to say Trinidad James mixtape with all gold everything is
Hey,
not
don't
a
be
bad.
safe as fire.
It's not a bad mixtape at all. Like
But
he had a good mixtape. I just want to throw that out there. I'm not hating on that man. I fuck with his mixtape.
Like it was bad then, but he sounds great now because the degradation of skill has just become so great that it's like I never considered Rick Ross to be like a great MC. Rick Ross sounds like the best MC ever compared to these niggas out right now. And that is the thing. Like niggas that I was looking at in the late and mid 2000s, like, yo, these niggas are not good, sound great compared to these. Like these niggas can tell you, I could not stand when niggas was playing Young Jeezy. Like when niggas was getting hyped, like whole car strap and now me seatbelt. Niggas like, oh yeah, that shit hard. Like,
That shit hard, nigga.
that's not a hard punch. Look at that shit. Is
Put the
elementary.
mask on, Jim Carrey, a nigga.
But I will say, as time got by the time Jeezy got to the recession, Jeezy was rapping much better than when he was on Thug Motivation 101.
Oh, hey, sorry. Hold. Like quick aside, Jeezy has like a Jay-Z scheme and don't do that on the recession, and it is so fucking fire. Like because first time I heard, I was like Jeezy doing this. So he has like an entire like his verse is like an entire like Jay-Z scheme where he's just like linking like song titles together. I was like, okay,
yeah, but like
all right, Jeezy.
Go back to Snap Rap. The Snap rappers sound like genius MCs in comparison to these new niggas today, and that is a fucking problem.
But I think what fucked up the game is when MTV was still doing music and that hottest rapper list came out when it wasn't based on it's not based on skill, it was based on how hot you was, and then combine that with the popularity of like things like Instagram and Twitter, like the blogs lost all its voice and all its power. Like to get on like fucking, you had to be like on Boxed, fucking like Hip Hop DX. Like those were the people who were gonna put you on, and that's how, like for me growing up, that's how I knew who to look for, like who was gonna be hot. But then like MTV stole that whole fucking swag and took it mainstream, and then changed the rules to the fucking game. And
now see what also happened with that was, and I'm gonna get to Joe Cole's point in a minute because that's a really good point in the comments. What also happened with that was, I lost my point. I'll go to Joe's point. How much of this is from the introduction of the ability to do DIY music from your bedroom now? That's absolutely part of it. That's 1,000% a part of it, because now you can go get on Fruity Loops and tracks aren't shit but triplet hi-hats and one or two keys on the keyboard. And my keyboard's off, but one or two keys on the keyboard, and you can make a fucking trap beat. Like there's little white kids that be on Instagram like how to make a trap beat. Like do it, and it sound, and it's like, well, y'all the ones that made it this fucking easy to imitate and become a fucking gimmick off of.
Yeah, I asked y'all this a while ago, but excuse me, who is the last rapper, who has actually been developed? Like an A&R plucked this rapper, said, okay, we're gonna develop you, and basically scratch that question. Who is the last rapper that you've heard who's gotten better over time? Don't hurt yourself, Fee. I see you like damn.
it's probably Young Jeezy, honestly, because he, like when he first came up, but I really want to think, because most rappers,
I don't listen to a lot of these new niggas, bro. But from what Fee usually tells me, I guess maybe what Lil Baby. Y'all just tell me Lil Baby used to be worse than what he is now.
Lil
Baby used to be ass. Yeah.
Yeah, he was dirt. So
that's a good point, because that nigga can, like, he is the exception to all of this. Like I think if he was around like somebody who could like really teach him how to scheme and shit, that nigga could be next level. But just as far as like his technique and all that, yeah, he's really good. I remember what I was finna say when you were talking about the blog point. Part of what fucked the blogs up was too much payola started entering the game.
Mm-hmm.
It became less about finding the next big artist or the next good artist, and it just became about, all right, well, give me $500 and I'll post you. And that fucked up the game because you had all these cats able to cut the line. You had niggas like a Troy Ave able to cut the line and get big because his people was able to go in and pay motherfuckers and get on sites like nerdatthecooltable.com and a few of those other bigger independent sites at the time. Whereas if you was just talented but ain't really had no bread, but you might have used your money recording or buying a beat or whatever, you wasn't able to get on the bigger websites because all that shit turned into payola. And so MTV kind of stealing their shit. That was kind of like poetic justice because it was like, yo, you niggas stop being genuine anyway. Like, I think the last two sites I remember like that genuinely was like out looking for new music and wasn't doing payola was Jehovah's Mindframe and Artistic Manifesto. Those were the last two that I remember where I used to like go on them and like know that I would hear like good music. It wasn't like you could like towards the latter days of someone like the Boxed In and the Two Dope Boys and all that. You clicking on it and it's bullshit and you like, oh, this motherfucker paid to get this front page feature. Like that to me fucked up the blog game as much as the rise of social media and influencers and curated playlists and stream farms and all that shit. Like that coincided with it because had the integrity remained, I think you would still have a space for blogs. Like even when people email us for music features, I'm like, I mean, I can do it. I don't know why you expect it. That's not what people come to us for. That I'll do it, but you ain't really getting much off of this. Like
and much to my point last week, like I think like it's sad to say, but niggas already know the type of niggas we are, and they claim we only like lyrical miracle rappers. So if we put you out there, no, like trust me, you're not gonna blow up if we put you out there. Like just be real.
Yeah, it's like that. Probably not finna happen now.
I don't only like lyrical miracle rappers.
Well, you don't write for the site, Chaz.
Oh,
Ryan said, "Don't have no lemur."
Over there was a boomer food.
Don't be disrespectful, bro. That's purebred Bengal.
If you can send your shit to me, I probably got a little more tolerance for the new school style. But what I was gonna say is with the hip hop sites is like because Dope Boys are what started blowing up in the fucking mid to late 2000s. Dope Boys have fucking money. They can make their money go legal, whereas most people who are really good at rapping probably not coming from the streets, probably don't have a street background, you probably not selling drugs, so you probably don't have the money to go pay to be on these front page sites. You can't go get featured like on Dat Piff. Like now I had Air Force money, so when our mixtape dropped, when Money Talks dropped, I paid to get that shit featured on fucking Dat Piff for a week. Like, so people who have money can have that shit stay at the top of Dat Piff for a month. So every time you log in, and not only can you do Dat Piff, you can do live mixtapes. There's so many other mixtapes. Like you can just have people just looking at it. So like when Gucci Mane is coming up, you have Gucci Mane, Young Scooter, Waka Flocka. Like all these people are from the streets. All these people are getting on MTV's fucking hottest list, even though like Young Scooter, dirt, Waka Flocka's not a good rapper at all. No disrespect, but like these niggas are trash. Like I will say,
great compared to these new niggas.
Not Young Scooter. Young Scooter been dirt since the beginning. I'm sorry.
No, Young Scooter
I've never heard
was
of Young
terrible.
Scooter song, so I can't.
I
Young
can make
Flocka
okay.
sounds great compared to these new niggas.
Young
Scooter with a
Scooter,
Cuban.
Young Scooter, he was always terrible. No disrespect.
How you gonna say that and this ain't no disrespect?
I'm gonna keep it real. Like I'm not saying it in no malice with no malice in my heart. Like the nigga you trash. Bro, if it's trash, like if you bring me some weed and it's dirt, I'm telling you, like nigga, this shit dirt. I'm not about to buy that. Like
no, you're not. I think the other thing is like you had a lot of rich kids. That's how they got in too. Like a lot of the rich kids was just able, like a lot of them white dudes.
Yeah, like
to come in and just pay to play.
I don't know Jack Harlow's background, but I'm assuming he comes from somewhere with some money. Like,
oh yeah, because a lot of these, like a part of the game that they don't really tell you about is a lot of these people can buy their way onto a tour. Like I know a band that used to do that. So we used to when I was in a band, we used to know this band called Almost Kings. There was this other band from Birmingham called Within Reason. Well, their lead singer was a pharmacy sales rep. He was making 6 figures after taxes just off his day job. So he would pay to get his band on tours. Like he would just buy on and be like, "Hey, I'm just finna pay to," because that's what he wanted to do. Like so, you get there's a money gap, but it's like it's squeezing out some of the people who might have been able to get in at like the beginning of the blog era, and it's just to me the demise of the blogs was bittersweet because like you lost some dope sites along with it, but a lot of them big sites deserve to go because they started getting on bullshit like around 2011, 2012, and it was like, all right, I see what the fuck y'all are on. And like as someone who was trying to pitch music at that time, it got so fucking annoying. It was like, you know what? I'm done with this shit. Ain't no point in trying to do this shit because I'm not about to send you $500 for you to write a half-ass feature about me. Because that's really what it was. You sent it and they feature it, but they ain't really writing nothing that's gonna make nobody who's on the fence about listening to you want to listen. Whereas before, if somebody fucked with your music and it was organic, they would write you up a glowing piece about it and maybe get people to want to listen to it. And it's like the art of it went away. It's just like with anything. The second you bring commerce into art, the quality of art starts decreasing because the people with the money start dictating who is going to get the attention because most people don't know how to find what they like. They don't know what they like. They're waiting to be told what they like. That's why curated playlists are a thing because people aren't looking for new music. They're looking to be told who it is that's hot, who they're supposed to be looking for, and who's coming up. So the blogs just kind of started that, and then the streaming services just stripped that whole thing from them.
I agree, which is why New Jersey Twerk, Danny Myers are killing battle rap because both them niggas suck. But Caffeine wants them niggas on cards, and Caffeine.
I was wondering where you were going with that. I was like, what the fuck does this?
Oh, bro,
Danny Myers
but
Caffeine started paying that money, and now we see New Jersey Twerk and Danny Myers on every fucking card, bro.
Danny Myers paid $12K to get a battle with a big name. He did it the old school way. He paid his way. He paid his way
to get up there and got smoked, and his money took, and he's still trash.
He beat Rex, but
he did not.
Yes, he did, bro.
He did not.
When he said that bar about that nigga dead nephew that just died that day, that nigga won the battle.
You paid me 12 racks for me to go up here and ramble for 3 rounds.
You lost in life, but he won the battle, and
you lost.
And Danny's career has progressed well, so. It's
well because he's still on Caffeine in the URL app.
Rex was just on Caffeine too, bro. What are you talking about,
bro? But Rex is still on Mount Rushmore. Like, what are you talking about? Like, Danny is nowhere close to none of that.
Is Rex on Mount Rushmore?
Is it okay? I would like to know why he isn't.
I mean, I could probably just name 4 battlers who belong up there before him.
Go ahead.
Lux, Mook, Hollow.
Hollow, no. I'll give you the first 2.
Nah, I'm putting Hollow up there.
Hollow ass.
You can say ass. He's still up there.
He's not on rap, bro. You not on. He's not on Mount Rushmore.
I would put Arsenal up there before him.
I'll give you Arsenal.
I honestly will put Rex before Mook. Rex has done
way more.
Rex has done more in this. Like Rex has been outside.
Eras.
Murder Mook has not really been outside, and the times he's been outside, he ain't looked great outside in this era.
But that nigga, but he smoked Lux.
Yeah, but Lux, even if you say he smoked Lux has been outside more than him in this era. Right.
But I would probably like name. I mean, I ain't going off of skill. We just going off of straight skill.
Oh no, I'm not going. I'm off their resume. Mook has, as all the people hold up here, Mook has the worst resume out of all them niggas.
I won't disagree with you. Like, I think off name recognition, he's up there.
Yeah.
I mean, you could give him that, but I would just say, like, in battle rap, honestly, Rex's name holds more weight than Murder Mook to battle rap fans. To the casual, of course, it's going to be Murder Mook because of the Smack DVDs.
Maybe it's because every time I've seen Rex battle, he's lost. Like, I don't think I've seen a Rex battle that he's won.
Sure.
Like, pretty much every Rex battle I've seen.
Go watch Rex versus Averb. You can watch Rex versus Young Yill, Rex versus Conceited. Like, Rex was really smoking niggas for a long time, and Rex was outside in the Smack.
Okay, yeah, I ain't seen none of those. I just the battle, like I remember that nigga was battling Ukasa, and Ukasa was rapping that nigga bar. While that nigga Rex has been outside in this era, and
And then
that
all jokes
third
aside,
that third verse clips almost ruined that nigga life. K-Shine destroyed that nigga.
yeah, but he ain't really want to battle K-Shine because that was
Exactly.
his man. So
I mean, hey,
so I mean, but it like you're looking at the tail end of Rex's career, but Rex in his
I haven't seen none of them earlier battles versus niggas like Conceited, and because when's the last time Conceited was on the card?
I was about to
Like,
say, I hope he did be conceited.
Yeah, so like Rex's resume is better and more up to date than Murder. Like Mook's, like on probably only clear like he has Iron Solomon in a 5-round snooze fest. That battle was an hour long, and it's probably one of the worst battles I've ever seen in my life. And then you have Tay Rock, which people say like people argue Tay Rock won. I have Murder Mook winning, and then
I
had Mook beating him.
I got Tay Rock.
Those are, and then the 2-on-2 he just did. He looked bad doing that. Like he's been outside.
Oh, yeah, I mean the nigga doing the podcast with a nigga that pistol whipped him. I mean it ain't.
Yeah, that alone.
Nigga smoked the blunt out of T-Rex foot. It's like it's.
Yeah, like but
Nigga
if I had to
mooning on
like,
his podcast for a white girl like that. That
Like,
nigga Mook got a lot of questionable shit.
Exactly.
Like, smoked by Jay Mills.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
all the recycling he was doing in the Smack
And
DVD
y'all
era.
niggas still tell me Danny Myers won. That nigga lost. Fuck out of here.
Man, I don't know. I'll probably have Rex. I'll probably have Lux, Rex. And then there's like a lot of battles like off cam, and you would have to go listen to Lux talk about Rex. Like Lux holds Rex in such a high regard, like for the shit he did that's not on cam. So I'll probably have Lux.
I can respect that. I just
Lux, Rex, Verb, because Verb ushered in the whole fucking like a whole region, and he's just been outside. The fourth one,
I'm going Arsenal, but that's just me.
I don't. Oh man, I don't know. I would have to think about the fourth one, but it ain't fucking Murder Mook because that nigga resume stinks.
Me personally, I have Hollow on there. Even with his like Joe, I know you hate that nigga, but I would have Hollow.
I'm putting Surf on before Hollow, and that's
on,
just
man.
me. Like,
No, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Hollow is that. I'm
Hold
just
on.
saying, Hollow is that bad to me. Like that nigga is.
In Ash. Yes, yes.
Yes. I'm putting that over Hollow. Hollow is that bad to me.
And the fact that that battle was a debatable
such high esteem. He is trash.
The fact that battle was a debatable does lead into your point because there's no way like
Bruh,
Surf
this
didn't come with
nigga
nothing
lost
outside
to
of
Joe
that
Budden, and Joe
first
Budden
round.
gave up the third. The best line that niggas keep showing from that shit is the like, bro. That's the only line this nigga had.
Which
He
one?
112. That shit is
I got
ass,
112
bro.
on for Joe to see, and that was fire.
That shit. Okay, what else did he say? What else?
I can't remember shit from that battle.
It don't matter. That nigga Joe Budden was up there rapping like Siri, bro. Get the fuck out of here. That nigga lost.
Yeah, that nigga was rapping like he was searching for the beat, but it wasn't there. Like it was
that nigga.
And Joe Budden still beat that nigga with Surf 2 rounds, bro. Get the fuck out of here, man.
No, he didn't.
That nigga Hollow is ass. Stop holding him in such high esteem. He's terrible.
Bro,
Hold on. I'm definitely about to say some wild shit because Fee know I hate this nigga. I think Bum Nitty is gonna smoke the fuck out of this nigga, bro. And I hate saying that.
They already battled.
Did they?
Yeah, so Hollow won.
When? I thought that was the upcoming Summer Madness.
No, nigga, they battled like fucking like a month ago, and Hollow won.
Sure
fucking Hollow won 2-1, bro.
Nah, I'm pretty sure Bum Nitty won.
No,
I need to go check that out, bro.
That nigga Hollow won already, bro.
Nah, I need to go check that out.
You gonna say he lost? Hollow won the first, and Nitty was getting gassed in the room, and he still fucking lost. Like Nitty didn't turn up to the third. That nigga Hollow won.
So yeah, he smoked that nigga in. All right, cool.
Man, I'm about to take it. You gotta say anyway.
Wait, aren't they? I thought they was battling the Summer Madness.
That's what I thought.
Them niggas battled on Smack's birthday in the middle of July, bro. It's been like a month. Them niggas already battled.
Oh,
yeah. Man, don't be putting bum ass NWX shit on Hornets logos, man. That's disrespectful.
Damn.
Nasty. That's really nasty. Anything associated with DNA is nasty.
Oh no. They Hollow battling K-Shine at Summer Madness.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, he about to lose that shit too.
I mean, if Sean show up,
Shine can show up with one round. He'll beat that nigga.
Yeah, he probably about to get Hollow is probably about to get smoked because last time we seen Shine on caffeine, he looked very bad. So that nigga
What was that
about
versus
to get.
Chilla?
I believe so.
Yeah, I thought he was
I
gonna
don't know.
smoke.
I thought that rebuttal Chilla did with the wire shit. I thought that just had that nigga discombobulated. Like it wasn't what he was saying was whack. I think he was just like, God damn, I can't beat this nigga right now.
Yeah, nah. I thought he was gonna smoke Chilla and he didn't. So
Chilla beat the brakes off that nigga. But anyways, back to the point we were stating. Yeah,
my bad.
I don't remember what the fuck we was talking about.
Nah, we were talking about when money or payola comes into anything, it just changes the landscape.
Yeah, like I know people think I'm a hipster for this, but there's a reason why when shit gets popular, like the quality of it goes down because it's already popular. You don't have to put in the effort to maintain it. Like it's very rare that something increases in popularity and the quality of it increases at the same time. That's just not something that happens a ton in art at the very least. MCU, prime fucking example.
That's why I'm happy as hell. My favorite rapper is so fucking. Well, two of my favorite rappers are like so fucking far under the ground, bruh. Like fucking when Starlito come to town, he be at fucking Zydeco, nigga. Fucking $20 a ticket, nigga. I'm in there with the pistol on me. Like Currency too. Currency be at Zydeco all the time too, bruh. Like
not with the pistol.
Nah, Starlito brings them fucking heat.
Yeah. Especially in Birmingham, it's certain artists come to Birmingham. Like you gotta know to have something on you. I went and saw Currency at Zydeco, and it was midnight, and he is still not gone on yet. And I was so drunk by that point, I went and slept in my homeboy's car and didn't even get to see the nigga.
I remember that. That's a night. Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
Was you and Sky there that night?
Yeah, that's the night you were supposed to come through. I was like, shit, where AJ at?
Oh, yeah, because I showed up with my homeboy Thurman, and these motherfuckers bought shots, and I was taking shots, and it was like 12:30, and I looked up, and the room was spinning, and that nigga Currency still hadn't gone on yet, and all I smelled in the air was dirt weed and heard bad rapping. I was like, because it was some local group called Seven something.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, nigga, the room started spinning. I was like, yep. Time for me to go because like we had got there like 10:30 and no one was on stage. And like the openers didn't start going on to 11:30. I'm like, oh, this is some bullshit. That's shit.
That's probably one to tour because if Currency was really touring, he would have had fucking what's the nigga name? Corner Boy P, I think, or Fendi P now. Fucking BG son would have been out there. Like he would have had.
Oh no, this was like shit. This was like what 2014.
This is December 2013.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Nah. Even before that. Yeah.
Oh nah.
Yeah. I know exactly when it was because there's a story I tell offline of why I know exactly the night that this was because my dumb drunk ass sent a DM to somebody.
Oh, and on your Marvin's room swag, huh, man?
Hey, no, Chaz, you remember this because you came to town that Christmas. You remember the crazy chick I told you about?
Oh yeah.
That was the night that whole shit started. But that was December of 2013 when he came and the room started spinning. I was like, time for me to get the fuck out of here. Like, I hate when artists that like Mac Ayers, you can't get Mac Ayers tickets in certain cities because the bots go buy them up and do them for resale. Like, I hate when artists I like get famous because it's like now I gotta try harder to enjoy some shit that I enjoy because now you motherfuckers like it. Like, great for you get money, but
yeah, like I'm happy Currency is so successful. And he gets to drive his Rolls Royces and wear his chains and rollies and all that, but it's not compromising the fucking artwork. Like he's been rapping about the same shit since fucking Young Money. Like it's the same. And I don't gotta go to fucking Legion Field to see this nigga fucking perform.
Yeah, like the best, like to me, like seeing Cole and Lupe at Iron City was great because that's a smaller venue. But to me, my favorite shows that I've been to have all been ones where it's been like 400 cap, standing room only. Like you close to the stage, you can like legit see this motherfucker. Like those to me are the best shows to go to And I enjoy those way more than the bigger venues, unless I can sit down at the bigger venue, because I'll pay extra for that shit. Because the nigga old, my feet be hurting, nigga back get the aching.
Yeah, I fuck with Wiz, but I'll never go to a Wiz show because I'm not paying $200 for no fucking ticket to not be able to see this nigga. Although he puts on a good show, but I'm not doing that, bro.
I just don't want to hear Burner, so that's what it is.
You see, you want to hear what?
Burner.
Oh man, Burner need to stick to making weed. And
Burner is horrible.
I had that man on my stream yesterday. I was in the middle of a Madden game and I paused it to change the track because Currency has a mixtape with Burner. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you doing?
That nigga
Doing a
is
mixtape
ass.
with this. I think he did it so he could get this nigga to make his own strain of weed, bro.
Yeah.
So he like, yeah, I'll throw Burner on this shit, just throw away mixtape, and this nigga give me the fucking Andretti OG. Like, bro, get that nigga. Oh,
Like
man.
he's really living the joke. Like he's the weed carrier who just happens to rap. Like he is really living up to the joke.
Yeah, like he's bad at rapping, bro. He is terrible.
I got lucky as fuck when J. Cole came to Iron City because one of my homegirls worked at Iron City, and I was actually mad at her because this was the Lupe show. She got me tickets for the Lupe show, never got back to me, so I ended up buying tickets and ended up giving them to my ex's brother and his girl because they were nearby, and I was like, hey, I got extra tickets to this Lupe show if y'all want to come. But at Iron City, the line was around a block for J. Cole. This was the Forest Hills Drive tour, and she texted me. She was like, hey, if you come inside and spend at least $30, you can skip the line and they'll let you in as soon as the let-in starts. So I was like, all right, bet. We went inside, had drinks, and nigga, we got upstairs and had a table on the fucking balcony to watch Cole. So we ain't have to be down there in the muck with everybody. Nigga was sitting there chilling. But yeah, I prefer intimate venues unless I can sit down. So yes, I like when my artists, my favorite artists, are not popular among you motherfuckers. Well, not y'all listening, because most of y'all like similar shit that I like. But
Yeah, so
so
to bring this full circle, like one of the best shows I've ever been to, we were at South by Southwest, and
y'all niggas
like
did
good,
used to go there every year.
yeah, like every year, and
Did
Good
you get a
Kid,
free
Mad
cell
City.
phone one year?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. They just showed.
They were supposed to have a battery first. When they supposed to have a battery for your phone and they didn't, so they just gave you a whole new phone.
Yeah, so Samsung had like tents. I'll tell this story real quick. And like if you tweet them your location, they will bring you a battery. Like because this is back in the day with the removable battery. So I was like, hey, I got a Galaxy Note 2 and I need a battery. You know, my phone is dying. So dude pulls up and like just hands me like a brand new Galaxy Note 3, and he was like, here, just take it. I was like, are you serious right now? He was like, yeah, we don't have a battery for your phone, so just take this phone. Brand new, like, yeah, it just dropped, brand new Galaxy Note 3. And everybody just looking at me like, what the hell is going on? So they of course try to get on the phone, try to get the same thing. But no, I looked up. But yeah, so yeah, this back to my story. Like this is when Good Kid, Mad City had like just dropped. So Kendrick is like on like he's like a household name now, but he's not like Kendrick Lamar yet. So we're just walking down the street and we see this long ass line, and we ask these dudes in front of us. We're like, hey, what's going on? And then that's like, oh yeah, Kendrick Lamar is doing a surprise show tonight, like at Hard Rock Cafe. Like, so we got in line, and I got to see Kendrick perform like Good Kid, Mad City from top to bottom, and it was fucking phenomenal. So yeah, like I said, to see him like before he like blew up and became like this like worldwide sensation, like that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I almost wanted to talk about Chance, but we run it. No, I was just gonna bring up that I predicted this nigga's downfall would occur when he had that unnaturally fast rise. And niggas thought that I was bullshitting and just hating on Chance, and now the nigga is like, this nigga got the rules changed for the Grammys. He went from being an underground mixtape nigga with a decent fan base to getting the rules changed for the Grammys, and now this nigga drop music and everybody like, hey nigga, shut the fuck up.
He was too loud. Too loud.
Like this nigga literally drops it. Niggas be like, ain't nobody want that. But nah, somebody was tweeting like, yeah, Chance is doing a film for his classic mixtape coloring book, and niggas was like, classic what? The fuck? That's not a classic nothing, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about?
Joe, this is it. Joe, this is it. Like, this is it. This is the one.
So you
And
and
actually,
Joe at the same South by Southwest.
We were at the
show.
same thing. I didn't even know each other.
Yeah, no. Me and Lee were at the Lupe show at Iron City before we knew each other. We both
Yeah.
put up pictures of it on Twitter one day. I was like, oh damn,
Yep.
you was at the same place I was.
But yep, Joe, that is the one. That is the one.
Older days was before South by Southwest got corporate.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't get to go to one. Bring that. You can't bring that kind of festival.
You
back.
can't bring that back. You can't bring that back.
Even Warped Tour is gone now.
Rolling Loud, gone.
Yeah, I mean, like the small little festival thing that used to be like the shit. Well, I mean, you still got like local ones, like what's the shit they do? Secret Stages in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Like that shit is dope. Like yeah, I like shit like that.
No, run out for real. In April, like when 420 comes around, like Denver and fucking Colorado Springs, they always have the best fucking shows. Like that's when you get the fucking like Wiz, Smoke DZA, Currency. Like you get those caliber, like the weed rappers out there putting on shows. Yeah,
it was a concert at the Church of Cannabis, which is a real thing. Yeah, it was a concert there. Because they had like just reopened. Huh?
Come on, man.
No, not cannot bus. Cannabis.
Relax.
Hey, nigga, I'm just saying, nigga, if some niggas out here worshiping cannabis, like world might be in the sooner than we thought, man. It's
100 pages of rhymes in this motherfucker.
And don't nobody want to hear any of them bitches.
All right, man. We got anything else?
Oh, that's it, man.
Oh shit, man. Little Brother May the Lord Watch turned 2 today. If you are interested in hearing grown bars about grown shit, take a listen.
We also missed it, but 8701 turned 20 a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago. Yep, 3 weeks ago. Yeah, man.
Also, just a quick
For
mention.
my money, Usher's best album.
Yes,
it is. Also, just so I just want to mention this quick before we go. So, of course, 1 in a Million dropped, and I had to read back 4-page letter. They don't make them like that no more, man. They don't make them like that no more.
Hey, one in a Million. The song is one of my favorite fucking songs. That's like one of my top 5 songs of all time, just period. And I'm happy they're finally putting her music on streaming services. But Age Ain't Nothing But a Number gets no play. That shit will stay in the fucking Apple Music store.
Not just like, because I didn't realize that her shit wasn't even like for sale in digital stores.
Nope.
So they put it back up in digital stores, which is huge because, you know, again, that's a if you grew up in the 90s, then you heard Aaliyah's music, and that's like a big chunk of probably shit that you heard your mama listen to, shit like that not being available to really listen to for real. So, yeah, check that out. May the Lord Watch. Check out A701 on last week's episode, Ted Lasso. Check that out. I need to watch that soon. Titans, if you want to watch that on HBO Max. I'm watching it. I shouldn't be because they've tricked me twice already. But Titans, if you want to check that out. Anything else on?
Nah, that's it. That's all I can think of.
Ain't really no TV. When the NBA comes back, yeah, twitch.tv/feedback. Check that out. Joe, when you dropping the Honesty is Key podcast, man?
Shit. Same day I drop all you.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
Shouts to Joe Cole. Shouts to Lee. Shouts to Ryan. Shouts to everybody out there that has been watching us.
Let me say one more thing. I was talking to my homeboy I used to rap with in Montana, and our first mixtape, Money Talks, turns 10 in fucking November, and we had a bunch of fucking songs that we didn't do for our next mixtape that was gonna be called Best Kept Secret. So I'm thinking about fucking either recording some new shit with him and dropping like a deluxe Money Talks, or taking the Lucy's and putting them all on there. So come November, I'll have some fucking some new music for y'all to listen to.
All right. Lot of weed and lifestyle raps on there.
For sure.
We gonna get Anthony Fantano to review it.
I don't even know who that is.
Who's that?
You know the needle drop guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Just
It's been so long since I've done a music review. I ain't. Hey,
you ain't missing nothing.
hey, Chaz, call Onesie Chaz and see if you can get Cuz on there. See if you can get Aaron on there.
oh man. You know, I do the bad singing myself, baby. I don't need nobody to come sing for me.
Come on, bruh.
Come on, man. Come on, man. But yeah, till next week, same bat time. You never know what'll happen. Joe pulled up in the car and start today's episode.
Hey, bruh. Support high school women's soccer, bruh. It's great.
Support women's sports in general.
That too.
You know, just why the fuck not, man? WNBA is on right now. Check it out. It's on. You can catch games on Amazon Prime Video if you have it for free.
Go Liberty.
Yeah, I got to find me a team in the WNBA.
Oh, I'm
I
just waiting
follow
for
Aja
Caitlin
Wilson to the Aces, so that's my team.
That's a good. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna follow that new chick that got drafted by the Fever, but she don't play. So I think she played like 5.6 minutes a night or some shit. They were saying.
Hey, bro, gotta earn the stripes, bro. I'm just waiting on Caitlin Clark. So,
hey man, as long as my team don't have an owner like Old Cheese Eyes giving Terry Rozier $24 million a year,
Nasty work.
nasty. You just drafted the shooting guard of the future, and you go pay Terry fucking Rozier $24 million a year.
nigga, hold it.
Nasty work. But yeah, till next week, same bat time, same bat channel. 1.
5.